Congress officially launched a major round of hearings into the events of January 6th, 2021. Juneteenth for Trump supporters. The day when white people visited the Democracy Store and demanded to speak to the manager. And by the way, they're still arresting people for this. You may not know that, but they are. In fact, just today, they arrested a guy who's running for governor of Michigan because he also stormed the Capitol. Yeah, and you know that's definitely going to change the whole course of the election, because now we know he's going to win the Republican nomination. I mean, you can't do that. And this is a new experience for a lot of these white people. You know, all of a sudden they're finding out what it's like to be on the bad side of the police, and it turns out they do not like it one bit.
The January 6th defendants are being treated differently on a whole nother level. They are denied religious services, haircuts, shaving, the ability to trim their fingernails. Imagine a group of men being held in jail with no idea of when they're going to go to court, no ability to bail out, no ability to see their family.
If you're Peter Navarro, they will literally pull you off of a plane, shackle you, and throw you in the brig.
I wound up in leg irons. I wasn't allowed to call a lawyer, no food, no water, solitary confinement. Illegal aliens to Al-Qaeda terrorists were treated better than I was.
They actually followed him in the car to the airport to make a scene and to handcuff him. Why would they do that?
It actually puts an exclamation point on the fact that we have a two-tiered justice system. If you're a Republican, you can't even lie to Congress or lie to an FBI agent, or they're coming after you.
You can't even lie to Congress or the FBI without them coming. You realize he's just stating the law, but in an angry voice. You can't hit pedestrians and drive away. You can't even sell another man's kidney on Craigslist. And if you steal your neighbor's dog and sell it back to them for the money, it's also not allowed. Is this America? Is this America? It is wild that Louis Gourmet over here is complaining about not being allowed to lie to Congress because he's in Congress. Why does he want people to lie to him? Why would you want that? I feel like he must have asked someone for their honest opinion at some point and then gotten it. Tell me the truth. Do I look like someone 3D printed Elmer Fudd? Wait, I changed my mind. Lie to me. Lie to me. But yeah, as you can see, many Trump supporters are saying that they're being oppressed, and they're just learning how tough the justice system can be. You know? I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene, you heard what she said. She's like, can you imagine a group of men who can't pay bail and can't see their family? Well, you don't have to imagine it. America's already got the largest population of them in the world. And just so we're clear, I'm glad the people who stormed the Capitol are being held accountable, but I don't take delight in the idea of them experiencing the shitty side of America's criminal justice system. Yeah, so Marjorie Taylor Greene, I hope you keep this exact speech ready for the next time black people in America are complaining about the exact same thing. You don't even have to change the words. You don't even have to change the words. It was wild that they've been treated like this for like 5 minutes, and all of a sudden they're like, it's a two-tier system. They're like, it's so hard being a Republican in this country. I was always waiting for them to go into like a white Negro spiritual. You know, it's just like, ooh, go to the Whole Foods. Ooh, my gluten intolerance is getting me. Anyway, conservatives are now learning that interactions with law enforcement don't always end well, which means they're going to have some hard conversations with their children.
As a Trump supporter in America, you already know that cops treat people like us differently.
We can be profiled and misjudged anytime, just trying to overthrow a free and fair election.
That's why it's time for us to have
The talk.
As a Trump supporter, it's important to remember that law enforcement is always out to get you. You could be targeted solely because of how you look, or what you chant, or who you're assaulting with a flagpole.
How many young and middle-aged men have already been arrested just because they tried to vote for Trump one too many times?
And then stormed the Capitol.
And then posted on Facebook for some reason.
And they'll use anything against you. Your skin color, your politics, evidence.
If you so much as think about overthrowing the government and then actually attempt to, there is nothing anyone can do to protect you.
Well, unless your husband is like on the Supreme Court.
Sure. So first rule, always listen politely to the police. Don't freak out and call them bullies or fascists until after you're booked on Tucker Carlson.
The bad news is that if they do arrest you, you can expect the worst kind of abuse. They'll put you in handcuffs, take you to the station, and put you behind bars and then lock them. These are things no criminal should have to suffer. And now they're openly throwing around the word traitor?
Yeah, with a hard R.
You know, every time I see a young man being hassled by police for smearing feces on the walls of Nancy Pelosi's office, I think that could be our son.
He is a sweet boy, and we're proud of him. He is a proud boy.
So that's the way things are. And hopefully the next generation of conservatives won't have to have this talk.
Because there won't be elections.
Exactly.